As a project, when individuals come in, they come in and they have an initial interview, and that's to get basic information. But we find that when people come in, they can be quite upset. So we like to settle them in, make sure they're okay, and their sort of priority support needs are met. After they've settled in for a couple of days, we'll bring them down to the support office and start a full housing support plan. And we complete a matrix with residents, and that's really to identify any support needs that they have. Quite often you'll find people are homeless, but it's the reasons behind that. If you can target that and put support in place, it makes the person more able to sustain a tenancy when they move on. There's a real diverse range of backgrounds. Everybody's homeless, and we work in partnership with North Ayrshire Council, so all our referrals come from there. Very, very diverse range. We have people with learning disabilities, families and children. We have people with alcohol or substance misuse addictions, people that's matrimonial breakdown or house fire, people who have been discharged from hospital, and they come out and they find, that their private let's no longer available. So people who are in for 1 or 2 nights, and people who are in for longer periods of time, depending on their individual support needs. I think I've introduced between the team, we looked at introducing a key worker system, which we never ever had before, and we find that for feedback for residents, that works really, really well, because when you come in the door, you're introduced to Sandra or another member of the support team, and you get to know that person, you build up a relationship with them. And we often find when people come in, they don't really open up, but after they've been in a while and they get to know their support worker, it lets us, it really sees digging down deeper what their other issues could be.
I think as well some of our staff members have experienced homelessness firsthand. Some of our staff have been in women's hostels and had issues with alcohol, so the staff have actually experienced that firsthand and know how that person feels as well.
I think maybe what else is unique, we do really interact with our residents and we try and involve them. So a lot of the ideas and things that we're using have came from residents at the fortnightly information sessions. So a lot of people, we're asking them, what do you want? And we'll put that in place. And I think we kind of spoke about social interaction's a big part of the work that we do in here, and it's helping people to mix with other people. Also life skills, because a lot of residents don't have those life skills. So it's about, maybe doing a group meal for all residents to get involved in. And okay, if you're not comfortable cooking, you can maybe do the washing up, but it kind of builds relationships, and that's a problem for a lot of our residents, that they tend to, lock themselves away in their room. So we get them out and about, and when staff are working alongside residents in a more sort of informal setting, that again is when residents will open up more. We've worked really hard at building up relationships with other agencies, and I think we're well thought of with North Ayrshire Council, who are our partners and all our referrals come from. We've built up contacts in social work and DWP, and that helps us to do our job, but also helps us to do their job. At the end of the day, it means that we can get things in place, for our residents. I think it's all about how you treat individuals and the way that you speak to individuals, and it's about, again, going back to having good communication skills. And the way we kind of look at it is no one knows what's round the corner, and quite often I'll say to residents, we all need support in our lives, and we're here to support you. I think as well, put yourself in that individual's position, and that person's arrived here, for instance, at this project. It's a rotten day. They could have been sleeping rough for a couple of nights. They could have, had arguments with their family. They've got absolutely no money. They've got no food. Think about yourself in that position, or think about that could be your son or daughter. And a bit of human kindness, just a bit of people skills, a cup of tea or a cup of coffee can go a long way. And don't rush people, give them time to speak to you, or if they want to, go for a sleep, and then come back later on, do that. We use that a lot.
I think some residents as well, they've they've not had anybody caring for them in a long time. Nobody's actually sat down and asked them, are you okay, do you need this, that and the next thing? And sometimes it does take them a wee bit to open up to you because they're not used to that. But when they do realise that you are here to help them and you are going to do what you're saying that you're going to do, that's where the trust is built up as well.